Welcome to South Florida saltwater fishing. I'm Heath, and it's time to get into the bite. Wahoo in the boat, baby! That's a solid kingfish right there. Yeah, nice dolphin. There we go. That's dolphin trolling for you.
Let's do this.
Double header!
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Let's do this. On the boat.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
All right, folks, here we are. Another beautiful morning in the Florida Keys. And so on the agenda for today is we're gonna head offshore out to the deep ledges of the reef. We're gonna do some slow pitch jigging down in the Keys. See what we can get to bite. And as always, we are definitely looking to bring home some food to the family. Before we get into this though, if you want to learn more about fishing, grow as an angler, or just see some great and exciting offshore fishing adventures, you can start by hitting the subscribe button. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss a thing. All right, folks, so we got a beautiful morning right now. Pretty much no breeze, a dead calm. But I'm sure as the day wanes on, we are gonna get a 5 to 10 knot northwest wind coming out. Gonna be a great day in the Florida Keys. You know what that means. We'll see you out on the water. All right, folks, so we've headed out of Key Largo this morning. We're in the vicinity of Carey's Fort, sitting right in around 175 feet. Got a few little marks, stuff up in the water column swimming around. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do some slow pitch jigging. What we're gonna start out with, since we're in 175 feet of water, is this 200-gram jig from the company Jyg, J-Y-G. I've got it rigged up with 2 sets of 5/0 hooks, one on top, one on bottom, and one of the hooks has a little bit of a, iridescent mylar on it. My setup is this Accuracte from the Boss Fury series 600N, spooled with 30-pound braid, and I got about a 15 to maybe 20-foot leader of 40-pound monofilament, not even fluorocarbon. We're going with mono today. All right, so like I said, we're in 175 feet. We're gonna start dropping out, doing a little bit of explaining what we're doing along the way. See if we can find us a quality fish. You never know what's swimming around when you're slow pitch jigging. That's the great thing about it, is you're adventuring into the unknown. It could be a snapper, it could be a grouper, it could be, anything like a kingfish or something. So we're gonna get right into this and see what happens, okay? Here we go. So we're right around 175 feet. We're gonna make our first drop. We got on a 200-gram jig in the silver and glow color from the company Jyg, J-Y-G. Great slow pitch company. Gonna drop out. We're doing lots of sort of research and exploration, trying to find some new spots down here in the Florida Keys. Headed offshore about 7 to 8 miles out. Look at that, I got a little rock down there, actually right now, that I am going over, which is great. Any little structure out here always helps. So we're going to be telescoping out a little bit, so we'll have to pull back and sort of let the jig drop back down, because we got a 5 to 10 knot west wind, which is fine. Ground contact, come tight, or pulling. Sometimes you get hit immediately, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you got to fish that water column. We'll be watching that, watch your fish finder. See anybody up in that water column, go for it. This is a totally different fishery than up north where, like Palm Beach County, Boca Raton area. The reef is a smooth drop off, and you get to the edge of it and it becomes sand. So totally different fishery, totally different fish. You have to get in a different mindset. But I'm adamant about slow pitch jigging and its effectiveness, so we're out here, having some fun. We'll see if we can, bring home quality fish. And so when we're doing the technique, you want to wind and load the rod and let it pitch and fall. Wind, pitch, and fall. What we're looking for. Let the jig do its work on the way on the fall. That's where a lot of the strikes happen, is on the fall. All right, again, ground contact, checking that ground. Like I said, you know, slow pitch jigging is inherently bottom fishing. So if we're not, you know, checking the ground, finding it, we're not really bottom fishing. But very important, like I said, if you see something up in the water column, you got a few marks right here right now, it never hurts. Go for it, try it. And if you get it in a hookup, you never know, it could be that epic fish you're looking for that day. Oh, and there we go, we got a hookup right there. Up in that water column, just like I said. There he goes, taking off. Good strike. Right towards the bottom. Nice. Good job. Swimming out and up. Nice strike right there. Coming up to the top. There we go. Going back down. Had him right. Oh, there he goes. Got that a little bit. Right around 175 feet of water. There he goes. Taking off. Way up in the water column. Here he comes. I see him. About 50, 60 feet away. There we go. At my leader, about 10 to 15 feet away. What are we looking at here? Oh man, looks like we're looking at a nice kingfish. Okay, try this again. Good kingfish, man. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Look at that kingfish right there. That's a solid kingfish on the slow pitch jig right there. Oh yeah. Nice. Solid 25, 30 pound kingfish right there. All right. Whew. All right, folks, and there we have it. Solid first fish. I mean, you know, epic 25 or so pound king mackerel. Slow pitch jigging off the deep ledge of the reef here out in the Florida Keys. Just showing you the prowess of this tactic and how it works, how effective it is, no matter where you go. And you know, like I said, I had a little mark, found him, he came up and he tore it up. It was a great fight. Needed the big gaff to get him in. All right, so we're gonna get right back to it. All right, so what I wanna do while we're sitting here fishing you, I wanna take you to Google Earth. I want to show you exactly where I'm fishing here, out off the deep ledge of Carey's. Not too hard to find. It's public fishing grounds. Some great wrecks off of it. So, you know, if you want to come and find it, it's not too hard to get to. Great fishing spot, you know. Not real crowded, not there's boats, but it's not like there's 100 boats in one spot. So I want to talk a little bit about jig selection too. So I'm in 175 feet using a 200 gram jig. What's called a stub jig. Got a little bit of a, you know, it's a symmetrical layout on the jig that can catch water as it flutters down. It's not too skinny because, you know, I don't got too much of a current. I got about 3/4 of a knot of current right now. Jig selection is about how deep you are. You want it to be, you know, in feet, kind of within a 50-foot range of your jig size, right? So if I've got a 200 gram jig, I don't want to go much shallower than 150. And yet, I don't want to go much deeper than 250. But at the same rate, I got to watch my wind and my speed of my drift. So 175 feet is, you know, optimal for a 200 gram jig in these conditions. know, a little bit of information about jig selection. You know, you got to kind of keep it topical, and you got to understand what jig you're selecting. That way you're not using a jig that's inoperable because you're too deep and it's too light, or it's too heavy and you're too shallow, or, you know, your conditions, your drift and your wind speed are just making it so that your jig's ineffective. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. Just gotta always watch that fish finder. If you see any marks and you think it's worth it, then wind up, you know, fish that water column. Other than that, go back down to the bottom. Oh, man, there we go. Hook up again, right on the bottom. Good deal. We got a nice spot going on. See what we got. Up with the boat. Definitely not feeling our drag like that last fish did, but hey, fish is a fish. Oh, there he goes. He's getting mad. He's trying to do it. Trying to dig. Trying to dig. Trying to dig, baby. Oh yeah. Putting a lot of fight against it. Get him closer. Time. And we're looking like, oh, ocean going blue runner. Definitely not a keeper fish, but yo, that just shows you, you know, low fish jigging. Wow. Alright. Luckily he didn't get tagged all over the place with all the hooks. But that just shows you, look at how big this bait is compared to this fish. Alright. Nice little blue runner. Alright. Nothing like doing some, you know, exploration, slow pitch jigging down in the Florida Keys. I mean, you know, so far we luckily landed on a great spot. I'm off the deep ledge of the reef, sitting in about 175 feet of water. You know, no special place, no structure, no nothing. I saw like one little rock when I first parked it out here, but I can't even find it again for resetting my drift. It's all good. As you're jigging, you got to figure out your rhythm. What do you like to do? You know, you can do a single pump pull, let it fall. You can, you know, kind of let it sit there, play with it, get it going. But just, you know, make sure you don't go up too high. You want to reach back down to that bottom. Remember, slow pitch jigging, a lot of times you're trying to entice a fish that's at rest to feed. So the more in control of your jig you are, you know, that's what it's about. You got to come out prepared to do jigging. You know, don't think, oh, I'm going to go jig for a half hour and then shut it off. It might not work. You might not find nothing. So what we got is a variable wind. Before my wind was kicking my boat this way, now it's kicking it more this way. So, you know, that might be a little bit of a turnoff for fish. But hey, we're working with it. Like I said, you know, slow pitch jigging is meant to entice fish that are at rest. So, you know, in undesirable conditions, slow pitch jigging really is what can get you into the bite. Alright, so ground contact. Oh, there we go. Hooked up right on the bottom right there. Oh yeah. I mean, I didn't even make the first pull. We got hooked up. That's a good job right there. You gotta love it when that happens. Like I said, you know, slow pitch jigging is always an unexpected hit, which is great. It's a vicious hit. Get this guy up in the boat, see what we got. Having a little bit of fun. Alright, here we go. Here it comes. Not a monster, but we're gonna see what we got. Oh, we got a sand tilefish. Look at that. That's a good one too. That's a big tilefish. For a sand tilefish. I tell you what, we're gonna bring him home because he's pretty good eating. Look at that. Like I said, that's another one of those exotic catches you get when you're slow pitch jigging. Alright folks, so that was some good old-fashioned fishing fun. You know, we headed out this morning from Key Largo out of North Sound Creek, headed off to the area just east of Carey's Fort. Today, we're gonna do a little bit of research exploration, not really trying to identify any particular spot. Just gonna plop in the slow pitch jig, see if we can get it at a bite. You know, we had some fun, caught a nice solid kingfish within the, the first couple of drops, hit a nice blue runner, and to cap it off, we got a little bit of an appetizer, going home with a nice sized sand tilefish. I mean, ultimately can't complain. I've always said it only takes one fish to make that fishing trip epic. And in this case, we got that solid kingfish. Man, we're going home and we're feeding everybody and then some. All right, folks, that about does it for this episode. Hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a little bit about slow pitch jigging, the technique, the jigs, a little bit of what goes into it to make it happen, how you just got to kind of stick with it, do some research. Sometimes just do like blind jigging so that you can get it at a bite. Till next time, South Florida saltwater fishing, going wherever the cool wind takes us.